sort 11.
11. C'était le 13.
Le 13,
Le 11. Zéro, ça.
La 10. 614.
Allez, c'est vous qui êtes en caméra. Allez, alors pour l'instant, comme nous ne commençons pas encore grand-chose de l'aspect international, mais...
Well, a very good morning. Welcome back to Le Grand Bornand. Slightly misty, murky today, but the race is on. The men's 12.5 kilometre pursuit, the first race of the day. The women going a little bit later on. And of course, this is based on the result of the sprint from 2 days ago. So Benedikt Doll, Germany, will be the first away. Let's have a look at the course. A 2.5K loop to be negotiated 5 times. And as with all the other courses here in Le Grand Bornand, all the way up, all the way down. Relatively easy shooting. Not a lot of wind in the valley, as you can see. Air temperature at 3 degrees, so again the snow is a little bit soft. No real wind to worry about throughout the day, so no excuses on the range. Will it be France? Will it be Germany? Will it be Norway who triumph today? Maybe even the Russians. Loganov certainly has been shooting better than anyone else on the tour, so he's got a good chance. The French have got home pressure, but they've got strength in numbers this year. That certainly is the case. And although the sprint didn't really go their way, certainly Martin Fourcade disappointed to finish down in 12th place. He'll be starting some 47 seconds off the leaders. He has got to improve his accuracy on the range. Well, that's not a bad group. Not a bad group. What we do, shift the sights right, maybe a fraction. 1 click, possibly 2. Don't think too much adjustment needed there. Johannes Tinges Bert just last minute tips for him. And he, of course, starting number 4. First time he's lost a sprint this year. Nothing like a bit of gel to give you the energy required. Tadiabo being told to adjust 1 click up, and he, of the first 4 away, probably has the best pursuit shooting record. And there are those athletes who perform well in the pursuits. There are those who generally do badly. Ziggy Mazet. Well, I must say, Johannes Tingsbo looking a little bit nervous. He's got a 15-second margin to catch on the leaders. The question isn't whether he can actually do that. We know he can claw back that much in 1 lap if he wants to. Question is, does he try and do it on the very first loop, get in the mix with Doll, Burt, Fiormaillet, who are ahead of him, or does he just take it a little steady? Well, he looks so focused. This is a venue where he's had a phenomenal amount of success. His 3rd time racing here. The sprint race, the first time he's lost an individual race here in Le Grand Bornand. Still managed to finish 4th, despite the fact that he missed 2 targets. So his ski form coming back, he certainly wasn't as quick as he was last season. I think he's lost a fraction, and so many others have gained a fraction, particularly the French. Kern and Doll, Germany, both skiing well. Russians, a little bit off the mark, but they've been supported by some very good shooting. Loganov, incidentally, starting 11 today, so he's got a chance. Martin Fourcade looking strong, trying to psych out his rival. I suspect so. Well, have a look at that. Beautiful, beautiful scenery here. The alpine skiing, fantastic early season. Best season they've had for many, many years so far. It could all go horribly wrong, but let's hope not. The start sheet, the times on the right-hand side indicating how far behind Benedikt Doll they'll be starting. These guys have a lot of work to do. Porshnev, a young Russian who's starting to come up. Rastoguyev, 1:29. We know he's quick, but I'm not sure he can make back that sort of margin. Watch out for Felix Leitner, 49. My money is on him and Gigener producing the best recovery performances. Gigener, who got himself on the podium here last year, not been a good week so far. Tadej Bo, number 2 in the World Cup standings, only bettered by his brother. Never have 2 brothers been 1 and 2 in the World Cup standings before. Quentin Fillon-Maillet, well, he's quick. He's very, very quick. A little unlucky to get a late start in the sprint event. So I think today we'll get a real measure of where his ski speed is. Johannes Tingis, 15 seconds behind, as I mentioned. The leaders will be, what, 120 meters down the track before he even starts. He's got Bjørntegard just behind him. In fact, Bjørntegard going off at the same time. And a mass of Norwegians starting in the 4 of the first 6 are Norwegian. Doll and Fillon-Maillet, 2 men preventing that clean sweep from the Scandinavians. Now, what can this man do? Benedikt Doll, 6th to bronze medal position in the pursuit in the Olympics in Pyeongchang. But in the World Championships, when he won the sprint in 2017, he dropped down to 11th, missing on the first 3 shoots. What an atmosphere. Well, I know so many people who enjoy coming to Le Grand Bornand for the biathlon, and it's no wonder. The French have done so well in recent years that the enthusiasm growing by the minute. Away goes Benedikt Doll, looking for only his 3rd ever win on the World Cup Tour. One was a world title in Hogfilson, the other the sprint victory here just 2 days ago. Tadej Bo goes off hard, 9 seconds given away. Fillon-Maillet chasing hard, who went from 6th to 1st in Salt Lake City just under a year ago. Johannes Tingis Bo goes with Bjørntegard, so the 4 Norwegians on track already. There's Johannes Dahle, who's another man who's going really well, and chased out of the start gate by Dominic Vindish, wearing number 7. Will it be lucky for him today? But 95% of the time he drops positions in the pursuit, whereas Lukas Hofer, starting 9, is generally a man who climbs up the rankings. The tall figure of Julian Eberhardt. The tempo is slow, but the speed is high. 11, that's Alexander Loganov starting for Russia, and behind him, the former number 1, 7-time overall champion, Martin Fourcade. 14 is Johannes Kern. He's lightning quick, should be able to do some damage. Poncelomo got a PB for the season in the sprint. Strecki of the Czech Republic got his PB in the sprint, finishing 16th, so watch out for him. 20 is Emilien Jacquelin, 21 on Pfeiffer. Well, we haven't seen his magic so far this season, but I just get the feeling we're going to see him get that one victory that he tends to in the season. Samuelsson of Sweden starting at 27, 1:16 behind. Simon Ada going off just behind him. Ada needs to reproduce some of the fast shooting if he's going to claw back places. But look at this. It's like a World Championships. Absolutely sensational. So Doll, 9 seconds to play with. Tadej Bo pushing hard. He's been caught by Fillon-Maillet. He's been caught by Johannes Tingis Bo. He's been caught by Johannes Dahle. So a steady start from Tadej Bo. That's the sort of pace they want. The pressure is on. And the pressure is greatest at the front of the field. Total focus required when they come in for the first shoot. Still can't believe the numbers who've turned up. They predicted 60,000. They're way, way in excess of that for the weekend. And we've got mass starts tomorrow. It will all be over pretty quickly, but my goodness, the mass start is going to be exciting. Top performers from this weekend get to qualify. The top 15 in the World Cup standings automatically going in. Fillon-Maillet just looking behind to see what's going on. Won't have been too happy to see Johannes Tingis Bo right on his tail. Now, I had a look at shooting records in the pursuit over the last, 7 pursuits plus the last Olympic Games, just put in the high-pressure ones as well. Of the top 5, Biathlon, who's wearing 5, he's missed 37. Bö has missed 29, Fiolmaye 25, Tadiabo's only missed 18 in all that time, and Benedict Doll has missed 31. So Tadiabo, the best pursuit shot of the leading 5. Loginov has only missed 3 targets so far this year, so that's 67 hits out of 70 shots. An incredible record for the first 5 races. Doll is being caught, but I don't think the German fans need to worry too much. He's a scrappy skier, isn't he? All over the place. But as he would say, it works. It certainly does. His work rate is high, but look at the collapse on the hips. You just feel that a little more stability would bring you a little more efficiency. That generally the difference at the top level. Efficiency and psychology. Well, Doll's done pretty well, to be honest. 6 is Johannes Dahle. Went from 12th to 15th in Hogfelsen. I think he was tired at the end of that week, to be honest. Windisch, right on his heel. Simon Dessieux starting 8. 4 times Dessieux has finished in 2nd. It's about time he got a win. And he's got a few of his teammates with him. Martin Fourcade wearing 12. Steady start from Martin Fourcade. He will certainly have started today believing he can win. 47 seconds behind. Having said that, he does seem to be a man who is struggling with the fact that he no longer wins with ease. It was always going to come when he lost that advantage that he had on the tracks. Then you're suddenly relying on others making mistakes. Johannes Tingis started 4, moves up into 3, going ahead of Fiolmaye, who's probably sensibly just taking things easy. It's a little bit crowded. You don't want to be involved in a duel at this stage. This is all about preparing for the shoot. Right-hand turn followed by a left, and then they're into the range area. Tricky little turn. So the flags are even stiller than they were yesterday. Absolutely not a breath. The biggest wind is going to come when Fiolmaye's targets come down and the crowd raise the volume. Here we go. First shoot. 4 shoots in all, remember. 2 in the prone first, and then the 2 stand. It's a nice start from Benedict Dahl, who's going to get the first yellow flash. It's Biathlon who throws one wide, and the second. Johannes Tingis has missed. That could be absolutely crucial. He's got a lot of work to do to close that up now. Tadiabo surely will make safe. He does. Fiolmaye is safe as well. And that brings the crowd to their feet, and they'll be glad to see that Norway's #1, the world's #1, has gone and missed a target, because that makes Fiolmaye's job of winning just that little bit easier. He's won 2 in his career so far. Can he make it 3 today? Windisch, 4 out of 4, 5 out of 5. Dahle matches him. Now, Martin Fourcade. The noise of the crowd corresponding to Fourcade's targets. They like it. They like it, and that is a very good move. Johannes Tingis, look at that, 25 seconds behind Benedict Dahl, who still leads for Germany. And normally we see Dahl miss on the first shoot, so he'll be mightily relieved that all 5 have gone down. Simon Eder shooting left-handed, wearing 26. Next door to him, wearing 32, Simon Schemp. 2 champions of old, struggling a little to find their form today, as is Seb Samuelsson of Sweden. That's 3 misses from him. That's a disastrous start. Simon Schemp clears 5. Eder was very, very quick, but 1 miss throws away all the advantage gained. 60 in the race, remember. And soon those coming in will have to come all the way up to lanes 1 through to 10 for the vacant lanes. Well, let's have a look and see where Benedikt Doll's shots have gone. Looked a fraction low, but safe enough. Kirchner, how he could do with a second win. Doll is skiing well and actually produced the second fastest time in the sprint. 21 seconds down on Johannes Tingesbø. Welcome back to Le Grand Bornand, coming up to the 4-kilometre stage. Only one shoot completed so far, and the man who started is still leading. In fact, the first four are back in the order that they started. Johannes Tingesbø was 25 seconds down. He's worked very, very hard to get back in touch, and now he's got to calm it down before coming in. The one good bit of news for Johannes Tingesbø is that it's a long, long downhill section towards the range, so despite the work, he should be able to recover. But how many times can he afford to miss and still have a chance of notching up victory number 4 of the season? World Cup standings, for those who are following that, I can tell you that Johannes Tingesbø is leading. He is 32 points clear of Tarjei Bø, his brother, and then Simon Desiir in third, logging off for Martin Fourcade in 5th place on 191 points. If we go to the same time last year, Martin Fourcade in 2nd place with 191 points. Johannes Tingesbø has 6 more points than he had at this stage last year. And then after race number 6, which is this one, Martin Fourcade dropping down to 5th place in the rankings, which is where he is this year. So, is he going to be a challenger for the overall? I still think so, but there are so many more people who are in the mix. In terms of ski speed, Doll, Eberhardt, Kern, Tarjei Bø, Bjørntegard, Hoffer, Dale can all win if they shoot clear. Johannes Ting is still the only man who can miss one and still win should others miss, or should others go clear. Everyone else requiring that clear shoot. To shoot one race where perfect shooting generally is not required. So, Doll still with the advantage. The pressure is on the chasers. Interesting to see that Tarjei Bø just sensibly racing his own race, not too desperate to close down the gap on the leaders. First miss, and a dangerous one. Johannes Tingesbø missed the 3rd last time. This time it goes down. The two brothers are neck and neck, 4 targets apiece. Can they stay focused? They can, and Phil Maillet has matched them. So the lead changing here in Le Grand Bornand for the first time. It may not be the last. Tarjei Bø is away, clear so far today. Phil Maillet, 10 out of 10, perfect marks for him. And Johannes Tingesbø has closed that gap from 25 seconds down to just 2.1. 2 shoots still to come for the leaders. Dale is clear. Vindish misses for the first time. Martin Fourcade has thrown one wide. That's his first miss of the day. Is it too early to say he's out of it? He's going to be at least 50 seconds off the lead, going through the halfway stage. He's made life difficult. Lapchin racing for a career, 3 out of 5. That's poor. Jacquelin hits 5. Again, a cheer from the crowd here. Piper in again. Loganov seldom misses the 5. Full yet again. So just looking at the standings, as you can see for yourselves, Bö leading on 12.32. Fiumaye, Johannes Tinges Bö, Benedict Doll in 4, Dale in 5, Christiansen and Norway in 6, Bjørntegard of Norway in 7. So we now have 5 Norwegians in the top 7 positions. Well, that is absolutely phenomenal. There's the miss from Doll, pulled right low right. The two Bö brothers clearing, and they lead. Well, the scene set for a great finale here in Le Grand Bornand. The best of the French is Fiumaye, as you can see, positioned in second. He's right on the tail of Tadej Bö. Interesting to see what Johannes Tinges Bö does this time. Does he go for a lead? Does he just keep things under control before they come in for the first stand? Big decisions to be made. And Fiumaye, as I said, with 2 wins to his name, certainly he's he's got good pedigree in this particular discipline. He took the bronze in the World Championship sprint. He took the bronze in the World Championship pursuit as well. The man from Saint-Laurent is certainly getting the support of the crowd here today. There's Benedict Doll, doesn't look quite as light on his feet as he did coming around last time. 12.3 down with that 1 missed target. When he came out of the range, Doll was 11.1, so he's not gaining on the race leaders. Here's your trio of Norwegians. Christiansen, Dale is in there, Bjørntegard is in there. How many men are still clear? Well, Tadej Bö and Fiumaye, 10 out of 10. Dale and Christiansen, 10 out of 10. Kern and Jacquelin, the perfect score as well. Loganov, of course, 10. Well, there are your top 10. And the Frenchman Fiumaye setting the pace at 6 kilometres. 12.5k the distance, and then of course the match start tomorrow, another 15. It's a punishing regime, particularly for the women actually, who race Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The men at least got their first race completed on Saturday. There is Martin Fourcade. Of course the camera's fixed on him. His shooting so far, 9 out of 10, 56 seconds down. Martin Fourcade after lap number 2. Top of the climb for the 3rd time, twice more. If it's this sort of situation on the final lap, and let's hope it is, it's going to be very interesting. Fiumaye, one of the men who has managed to match Johannes Tinges Bö this year, and actually Tadej Bö producing some very quick times as well. How many hours have they spent training in this formation? Hundreds, maybe even thousands over the last decade or so. Familiar territory. It's a good run so far from Kern. In terms of athletes that have climbed up the positions, Christiansen has gone from 13 to 6. Jacquelin, who we've seen, has gained 11 places, going 20 to 9. And anyone else? Fabien Claude, he's had a good run, 35 to 17. That's an excellent performance, 18 places gained. And Simon Schemp has gone 32 to 19. And where those rise, someone always goes down. Hoffer has gone from 9 to 13. Vindish has gone from 10 to 7. Dessieux has gone from 8 to 18. Well, that's going to be Great shot, a little bit too close to the corner. But are you surprised to see Johannes Tingesbø leading the way? He wants lane 1. And he's going to get lane 1. The French desperate for another victory. Martin Fourcade, the first to win, first of the men's team to win on home soil. Back in 2013, the first World Cup here. And they all struggled. 2017, finally got the hang of competing in front of the home crowd. Incredible standard. Incredible standard. First mistake from Tadej. Fiume stays in the running for the win. Tadej breaks to the left. And now, who will lead? I think Johannes Tingesbø will let Fiume lead up the hill. Then may try to gain pole position, coming back down again. Another miss from Benedikt Doll. That could be too expensive. Remember, in the World Cup when he, or the World Championships when he won in Hogfilson, he dropped from 1 to 11. He shot 1-1-1-0. Today, so far, he's gone 0-1-1. Bornand with misses. He's not been too sharp on the pursuit shooting. 37 misses out of the last 8 pursuits. Vindish going wide. Martin Fourcade, another miss. That's his second miss of the day so far. Fiume at the moment, the only man in that leading group of 5 to have cleared all the targets. That is good. That's 150 metres less skiing in the legs, and could make all the difference if it comes to a sprint finish. Who would win a sprint between Fiume and Johannes Tingesbø? Well, I'm not quite sure. It was a good sprint finish from Bø last weekend in the relay to outsprint Benedikt Doll. I think Fiume might fancy his chances. And if that's the case, he won't be too fussed about trying to outski Johannes Tingesbø on this penultimate lap. So just under 5 kilometres to go, and 1 shoot remaining in the men's pursuit. Look at that. Absolutely ram-packed. Not a seat in the house here. And Fiume, the man who has kept the crowd engrossed. Disciplined shooting from Johannes Tingesbø, and again a real indication of the fact that the pulse rates here just that little bit lower than many of the other biathlon venues. There you see the timings, nothing between the leading 2, and Johannes Tingesbø doing the donkey work on the way up the climb. He'll be thinking, do I go 100% and make Fiume suffer, take him out of his comfort zone? But at the same time, he would make himself put himself to the limit as well. Well, there was the invitation to come through, and Fiume obliging. Tadej in no man's land now, sitting in third, 22.5. After the third shoot, he was 19, so he's now losing ground, and he's going to have to hope that those 2 leaders miss at least 1 shot. Yeah, 1 shot would even it up nicely. He'll be frustrated with himself. Again, looking at those who've climbed up the order, logging off still clear. So what was he, 67 out of 70 at the start of today. That takes him on to 82 out of 85 targets hit in race conditions. Astonishing performance from Loganov. But the ski speed is not there. He's only gone from 11 to 9. Despite that good shooting, Simon Schemp, on the other hand, has gone from 32 all the way up to 10th. And this is by far and away the best performance from Simon Schemp so far this year. And I think that's Simon coming up now. He's number 2 in terms of the Germans. Benedikt Doll down in 4th, 36 seconds behind after the last shoot. So 9K's gone. 3.5 to go, 3,500 metres. Skiing at, what, roughly 25 23 to 25 kilometers an hour on average. Talia Bo would be delighted to see the gap behind him, but he won't have been so happy to see these two still pulling clear. Well, this is the absolute crux. Have a look at those mountains in the background. The scene is absolutely perfect. Not much snow, in fact no snow, as you can see on the southwest facing slopes here in Le Grand Bornand, but they've been making snow for a long while. Tracks are in very, very good condition, despite the warm conditions still hovering around 3.5 degrees. But with everyone starting at the same time, either at the back of the pack or more or less the same time, I guess you could say the leaders still get the best conditions. But as far as the day goes, the men get the best conditions. The women are going to have to race on beaten up tracks later on today. They race over 10, so it's only a 2-kilometer loop for them. This time it's Fiume in lane 1. Fiume 15 out of 15. One miss from Johannes Tingesbø. Certainly, if one of these two men wins the shooting, they will take the win. Here come the tough ones. 4 out of 4 for Johannes Tinges. He makes it 5. Fiume holds it. He's patient, and he's going to have some 10, 12 meters to make up. Couple of double poles from Johannes Tingesbø before he puts the straps around the wrists and goes into 100%. Now, Talia Bo trying to defend 3rd place. He will not win today. Got a little bit of breathing space, but still cannot afford a miss. Just make sure. The two Burt brothers on the podium together twice in pursuits last year. Oh, that could be a very, very expensive miss, and he took time on the range. So he's now in trouble. Benedict Dole rattling right to left, but he's gone a little bit too fast, and that opens the door for Christiansen to get on the podium for the first time this year. Good shooting from Christiansen. Down goes number 5, and he's going to have an advantage of what? Something like, well, between 5 and 10 seconds over Talia Bo. In fact, Talia Bo getting out of the penalty loop incredibly quickly, and he's being chased by his teammates. So 3 Norwegians in the top 4. Bjørn Tugard trying to make it 4 out of 5. Martin Fourcade needs a clear shoot to get himself challenging for a position to get into the top 5. Even that's going to be difficult. And Fourcade is losing more points to the World Cup leaders. But 5 go down. He shot clear on the first and the last, but misses on shots 2 and 3. Simon Schempp, 20 out of 20. A cheer from the German contingent of the crowd. So there should be. That's a first sign that Simon Schempp is coming back to his best. The German relay team certainly need that. Johannes Tinges has absolutely exploded. He has destroyed Fiume on the first section of this final lap. He's heading for victory number 4. He said he wouldn't match the 16 he got last year, but on this rate, he may well just do that. Well, this is the battle for the final podium position, and Talia Bo actually just starting to pull away. Look at the margin. Well, that's absolutely astonishing. Coming out of the range, just 2.8 seconds between these two men. And Johannes Tingesbø, you've got to remember, took 21 seconds out of Benedict Dole on the last lap of the, not the last lap of the sprint, but over that 10-kilometer distance. Fiume, don't think he even got himself into the top positions. What was he, 9th? He was 32 seconds down. And on the last lap, Fiume, well, it was a very respectable time. of 7:07. So he lost what, 4, 5, 6 seconds to Johannes Tingesbø on that last lap. Today he's been destroyed. Third place looks as though it's secured, and so the two Bø brothers, by my calculation, just going to double check this before I say it. Yes, they stay 1 and 2 in the World Cup. Phil Maillet at the moment down in 6th place, 1 behind Martin Fourcade. He'll be moving ahead of Martin Fourcade at the end of the day. So Martin Fourcade, not only is he not #1 in the world, he's not #1, he's not #2 in the French team at the end of this 6th individual race of the season. Here's your race leader, 32 points clear at the start of today. And his brother will drop another 6, will it be 6 points? No, he'll drop a few more than that. He'll drop 12 points. So we'll have a margin of 44 points between 1 and 2 in the World Cup after 6 races. Phil Maillet, I think, deciding to save his energy. And the reason being, they've got the small matter of a mass start tomorrow. Well, you have to take your hat off to this man. Sensational form. Brilliant as a junior, and it wasn't long before he converted that into senior success. His first 2 wins coming on these tracks. He's now raced here 6 times. He has won 5 of those. No other athlete has a hit rate quite like that. Incredible. It's going to be win number 42 for Johannes Tingesbø. And he's slowly closing down on the records of Uliane Bjørndalen and Martin Fourcade. He's got some way to go, but on this sort of form, and with Martin Fourcade off the boil, are we ever going to see Fourcade challenging? I remember when Bjørndalen stopped winning virtually every other race, he found it very, very difficult. It suddenly went down to 2 a season, 1 a season, 1 every other season. And of course, he never got to that tally of 100. This man is almost halfway there. Win number 42 for Johannes Tingesbø, and he did it in style today. A miss early on. He missed on that very first prone, probably pushing the pace too hard on the first lap. But my goodness, has he made it an emphatic victory. A stunning final lap from Johannes Tingesbø. Quentin Phil Maillet had no chance, but what a battle on the range. What a battle. 20 out of 20 on the range, and the only one of the leading 3 to have done that. Great race. Winning's one thing, but winning when you have a tight race is so much better. Tingesbø is in danger, and have a look at this, number 13 coming through. This is Christiansen, and Christiansen certainly the fastest of the 2 finishers. 100 meters to go. Christiansen looking to get his first podium this season, and Tingesbø has given up the chase, so he goes down to 4, and that means a few extra points at the lead for Johannes Tingesbø on the World Cup. But well done to Christiansen. He came out of nowhere on that last loop. Well, that was a fabulous finish. I think Tingesbø caught napping on the descent back down towards the stadium. Started first and drops to 5th. He'll be disappointed. Benedict Doll with 2 misses. In fact, 3 in all. Sprint finish between Jacquelin and Martin Fourcade, and just to rub salt into the wound, Jacquelin getting the better of his teammate to steal 6th place. Johannes just congratulating his brother. Hats off for Arndt Pfeiffer. Now, Pfeiffer has gone 21 into the top 10. He's gone 21 to 9. But what about Simon Schempp? That's a really good run. 32 up to 10. And Horn has gone 25 to 11. So a much better day for the Germans. They've got 5, 9, 10, 11.
C'était vraiment un match à 3. Norvège, Allemagne, France.
Another sprint finish coming in here. 17 is Krishmar of the Czech Republic. He seems to have picked some good speed up on the descent into the stadium. Is he going to get it? Yes, he does. Just, I think, ahead of Simon Dessieux. Dessieux starting number 8 today. He was only 36 seconds off at the lead, and the range must have told the story. It did. 5 misses for Simon Dessieux. Julien Eberhardt, 5 misses. Dominic Vindisch, I said he always loses places in the pursuit. He's gone from 7 to 17. And 6 misses in all for the Italian. Lukas Hofer usually does a whole lot better, but no sign of him at the moment. I'll let you know when he comes through. There he is, 24th position for Lukas Hofer, 7 misses. Wow, that is poor and very, very disappointing for him. 65% hit rate for Hofer today. It needs to be closer to 90. The leading 3, the top 3, only missing 2 out of 60 targets between them. And Fielmaillet, the best of the 3 of them, with the perfect score. That was really good shooting. Lots of pressure on that first shoot. Interesting psychology with Johannes Tingesbø letting Fielmaillet go into lane 1. Worth checking on Loganov's score. Loganov missing 1 on his last shoot. That will frustrate him. Nothing better than a clean shoot. He's already shot clean 3 times this year. That would have been 4, but he's now only missed 4 out of 90 shots. That's still an astonishing record. Giegner, 43. Yeah, that's poor by Giegner standards. He did start 59 though, missed 4 targets. Tristan, I think, deserves a mention. He's gone 47 to 25. That's his best gain in a pursuit, and he hit the full 20 today. Only 3 men, as far as I can see, have managed that. Simon Schemp is one of them. Tristan has done it, and of course Quentin Fielmaillet, who has finished in 2nd place here. Clement Bauer across the line in 50th position, having started 44, so he's lost places. Lukas Hofer 9 down to 24. Vindisch 7 to 17, I've mentioned. Dessieux from 8 to 15. And 46, Sean Doherty for the United States. He was Nordgren also racing, qualified having finished 38th in the sprint event. Didn't manage to squeeze himself into the top 30. Dominic Landertinger, poor in the sprint, 52nd, and drops a couple of places. Landy missing 2 shots in all. Well, it's always tough for those who are chasing. You have no option, you have to ski 100%. 48, Mario Dolder for Switzerland. Benny Vega, did he claw himself up the order? Vega finished in 58th in the sprint. Haven't seen anything of him so far today. Vega actually getting 58 to 44, so that's not too bad. Fenling going from 56 to 35, so 21 places gained. 53 is Burkhalter, again of Switzerland, and he comes across the line in last place, 60th place. No points for that, obviously. Top 40 all scoring points today. Sweden, I think, will be disappointed. Nellin down in 40, Samuelsson 39. But this man, world of his own. Absolutely brilliant. He had company for most of the race, but when it really mattered, he was the man who had something in reserve. The stock looking a little bit battered. It's well used, and I think really he'll be happiest with the way he's managed today's race psychologically rather than physically. There's no doubt about his skiing prowess, but it's how he copes with the pressure. And there he is, came in to shoot. After that miss on the first shoot, he was behind, so I guess that took the pressure off a bit, but he was up with the leaders for the 3rd and the 4th shoot, and going head to head with Fielmaillet on that final standing shoot. Shot for shot, until he got the rounds 4 and 5 away, just what, 2.5 seconds quicker, and that was all he needed. So 6 races gone, and he has already got himself 4 wins. There you see Johannes Tingesbø 4th to 1st. Quentin Fillmé a jump of 1 place. Christiansen, really good final lap of 2.5k to pip Taribo on the line and claim that last podium place. Loganov 11 to 13, shooting 19 out of 20. Well, most of the Russians I thought were looking a little bit stronger, but he's faded. Johannes Kern 14 to 23, 6 misses in all, and Hoffer even worse, throwing 7 shots wide on the day. Well, with so many winter sports events being cancelled, it's good to see some nice conditions in this part of the Alps. We're just up above the city of Annecy. What does it take, 20 minutes or so drive? And as you can see, plenty of snow in the hills, more dew as well. But conditions just a little bit too warm. If the skies stay clear, then we should have some nice firm tracks for the mass starts tomorrow. Worth giving you the timings for the 3 races remaining here in Le Grand Bornand. We have the women's pursuit that comes up at 2 o'clock UK time, and then tomorrow 11:10 the start of the men's mass start will be on air at around 11 o'clock, and the women's mass start starts at just after 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Christiansen, yeah, delighted. That was a good fighting performance from him. I think he caught Taribo napping. A miss on the 3rd shoot from Taribo, costing him his chance of being in the run for the win. That would have been an interesting one. On the podium, in front of his home crowd. Great day for Fillmé. He'd have loved the victory, but I think he knew that coming out of the stadium with Johannes Tingesbø, there was only going to be one winner. He's now got 15 seconds advantage over everyone. It seems he has 15 seconds over everyone on the last lap alone. There are your top 3. They take the bulk of the prize money, the bulk of the World Cup points. But like everyone else,
Johannes,
they only have 24 hours to recover.
Another win in Le Grand Bornand. Can you tell us about the last shooting, because it's where it all happened?
Yeah, I tried to shoot in the same speed as Quentin. He was faster than me in the first standing, so I need to be a little bit faster to follow his rhythm, to get the thinking that the people also were cheering for me. So I think it was a good success to be some tenths of a second in front of him than behind.
Well, thank you. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Well, how about that? Being able to adapt your shooting on demand. That shows that Johannes Tinges, not only is he a fabulous athlete, but he's a good thinker as well. And the psychology playing a part there, because he was absolutely right. When his targets went down and Fillmé wasn't shooting, there was no noise at all. But as soon as he hit at the same time as the Frenchman, the roar was there. And fascinating insight into what goes through your mind. A lot of biathletes say you've just got to switch off, you've got to ignore everything. But Johannes Tinges is not like that. Great tactics. It paid off today. And as you saw there, a long, long way ahead in the standings. So this is the second pursuit of the season. So Johannes Tinges now has, he's won both of those. He's won 2 out of the 3 sprints. Is there any stopping him? He is ahead of his points tally from last year. I think what's most incredible is the rate he recovers when he comes into the range. There you see the overall scores. Tabiabo, despite being pushed down into fourth, still hangs on to second place. Filmayer, Dessieux up there in 3 and 4. Loganov, who was up in second at the start of this weekend, pushed down to 5 now. Martin Fourcade hanging on 1 place lower than he was at this stage last year, down in 6th position. Dale going well for Norway. Julian Eberhardt, 13th place. Simon Schemp leaping up to 25th with his good performance today. Simon Schemp, outstanding recovery. And the best news for him is that he's managed to shoot clear for the first time this season. So maybe some of that confidence that brought him many, many World Cup wins will start to come back. And Schemp, just a reminder, started 32, finished 10. And the 31-year-old from Ruhpolding will be looking forward to the 2 rounds of the World Cup after the Christmas break. Of course, we go to Oberhof first and then to Ruhpolding, where he'll be in front of his adoring fans. Well, the conditions also look pretty good in Ramsau. We're heading there with David Goldstrom for the Nordic combined. And again, the Norwegians hot favourites to win that one. They really are dominating winter sport at the moment. Cross country, biathlon, Nordic combined, of course, doing well in the jumping. And certainly have a presence in the alpine as well. Well, the fans here enjoying a bit of sunshine, but enjoying some great action in the men's pursuit, and haven't got too long to wait before the women's pursuit gets underway. It starts at 1400 UK time, so just over an hour and 10 minutes. We'll be on a couple of minutes before the start. Who's going to win that one? Well, it's Tyrrell Eckhoff who starts first, having won the sprint event, a 6-second advantage over Justine Brézard of France. Justine Brézard, one of the fastest skiers on the tour. So that will be a very, very good battle. Again, psychology is going to come into it. Eckhoff has been shooting supremely well over the last couple of weeks. Will it last? Well, we'll have to wait and see. She is one of those who blows hot and cold.
Allez, quelques secondes de patience encore avant cette remise sur podium, cette cérémonie des fleurs.
Well, we haven't quite got time to stay around for the presentations, which is a shame, but let's have a look at what's going on today. Ramsau, you know about the Nordic combined taking place in Ramsau, and it's a 10-kilometre Gundersen standard event, and the wind conditions at the moment look okay. So the jumping first, followed by the skiing. Finland, Austria, Germany, Norway have all had their turn at the top, but at the moment it's the Norwegians dominating. And then, of course, we'll be back here in Le Grand Bornand with more biathlon, second race of the day, the women's pursuit, as you can see there, getting off just before 2 o'clock UK time. Well, the German women certainly need a bit of success. Is it going to come this afternoon? Not sure it is. I think really it's a battle between Tyrrell Eckhoff of Norway and Justine Brézard of France. Join us then, see what happens.
Les médailles et les fleurs seront remises par